What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 17 of my favorite 30 progressive rock albums of the 70s. We've been counting down each and every day all month here in June 2023. 30 days in a month. I picked out my 30 favorite prog rock albums of the 70s. Not an easy task. So many great albums to choose from. So many great albums that won't get the cut, won't get a mention, because you just can't fit all of them in 30 slots, right? And, every so often you're going to have an album that kind of almost defies categorization and classification. Like this particular album, this band had many prog rock moments. If you look at their whole catalog, not too many through and through progressive rock albums. Maybe a couple of them. Certainly this one. Much of the rest of their catalog is more hard rock, I would think. But this album certainly fits. It's one of my favorite prog rock albums of all time. It is the seventh studio album from this band, from the U.S. A U.S. band. Not too many of those mentioned this month. Released July 7th, 1977. Recorded at Paragon Recording Studios in Chicago, Illinois. Produced by the band for A&M Records. I am talking about The Grand Illusion from Styx. Yes, say what you want. Styx, they're not really a prog band. Well, you know what? This album definitely is. I'm sorry, it is. There's so many prog rock moments on this album. I know a lot of people who insist that only the true prog rock bands were from the UK or Europe or whatnot. Well, you know what? Kansas and Styx, Happy the Man, and a bunch of other bands back in the day also dipped into this. Maybe they weren't the first, maybe they were followers, but you know what? There's plenty of prog on this album, and I love this album, and I'm including it. Does that mean that we might see Styx on next month? My favorite 70s hard rock and metal albums? That's very possible. Because, like I said, this is the one, for me, the one true prog album in their catalog. They've got a couple of others from the 70s that are much, much more hard rock based. And so, yes, you might see Styx. Like I said, you got Rush, Styx, bands that can pop all over the place on any of these lists, right? Because they do music that incorporates all this stuff. So anyway, the lineup of the band: Dennis DeYoung on vocals and keyboards, James J.Y. himself Young on vocals, all sorts of guitars, Tommy Shaw on vocals, all sorts of guitars, right? You got the three guys singing lead vocals. It's one of the main things I love about this band. Chuck Panozzo on bass guitar and his brother John on drums and percussion. Great album. Starts off with The Grand Illusion. And again, what's wrong with having hard rock and prog songs that also were played on the radio, right? Grand Illusion, part of FM classic rock radio for a million years, but man, look at those nice complicated lines in that song and great solo spots and just big symphonic keyboards and those, just over the top vocals. Amazing. The Grand Illusion, a great title track, kicks off the album. And then, of course, you got Fooling Yourself, The Angry Young Man. Gorgeous song. Great use of acoustic guitar, great use of synthesizers, nice guitar solo, wonderful vocals from Tommy Shaw. Right? He's, at this point in time, this is his second studio album with the band, and he's just making his presence known in a big way. From there, you got the big, boisterous, hard rock and supercharging symphonic superstars, right? Big, lush vocals from the guys there. And then, of course, the big, huge hit on the album, Come Sail Away. Again, another one of those kind of very much anthemic, hard rock, yet totally prog rock songs, right? Classic song. Great vocal from Dennis on that one. Great keyboards, great riffs, the whole thing, just excellent. Over on side two, you've got the kind of the heavy metal track on the album, Miss America, written and sung by James Young. He was always good for contributing the real balls out rocker on every album, or sometimes two or three. From there, we go to the incredible Man in the Wilderness, another majestic song from Tommy Shaw on this album. Just love it to death. Man, that chorus, so good. The arrangement's so incredible. The use of the keyboards, Hammond organ and synthesizers and piano on this album, just really, really great. And then for me, the unsung classic on this album, the underrated gem on this album, and the amazing prog mini epic on this album is Castle Walls. Just amazing. I mean, the music on it is so good. The vocals from Dennis on it is so good. Castle Walls, so majestic. So great. And then, of course, the grand finale, finishing it all off, incorporating little bits and pieces from all the songs on the album, sung once again by Dennis. Just incredible stuff. I mean, I love this album. It's just not even, 40 minutes? I don't even think this album crosses 40 minutes. It's just so good. Love the album cover art. Amazing. There they are there, peeking from behind the trees. The men in the wilderness, right? Awesome stuff. Love it. So that is my pick for today. I've seen lots of you pick this already this month. I've seen lots of Styx choices in the comments below, so I'm not the only one who's thinking, on this wavelength here. So I think if you know me, you knew this was going to come, right, at some point. So that is my pick for today. So let us know what your pick for today is down in the comments below as well, your thoughts on The Grand Illusion. And we'll see you tomorrow morning with another pick here on my favorite 30 progressive rock albums of the 70s countdown. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. We've also got the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all that and all that you do to help out the channel. Meanwhile, what else is coming up on the channel? Well, strap yourselves in. Stay tuned. We've got a slew of new album reviews coming up at you today. All sorts of cool stuff here. We've got the latest box set from Black Sabbath, of course, for Live Evil. We've got new Witch Hazel, new Rival Sons. We've got new Mystery. We've got the new Extreme and hopefully the new Immortal. So quite a lot of stuff. 2 weeks in a row of lots of reviews, because there's so much stuff here I'm trying to get to you guys and then listen and digest and be able to talk about. So I don't want to get too far behind, right? Because we're already just about at mid-year. Also, we've had a lot of people ask, and I will probably do it right in the beginning of July. We've had a lot of people ask over the last month or two. It's like, Pete, are you going to give us kind of like a summary of what you feel are some of the strongest releases are at mid-year, like kind of like a mid-year review where we're at in 2023 releases and some of my favorites of the year so far with a half a year left. So I'm definitely going to do that. That'll be probably sometime in early July. So I don't think I've ever done this before. So it'll be kind of like a mid-year review. What's been really good on my rating system, and what is in contention for that the final picks of the year now that we're at the halfway point, but there's still a half a year to go, right? So that could change. So it's so that'll be coming up in early July as well. So stay tuned for that and a whole lot more here on the show. Of course, we've got Martin Popoff coming back at you. Joining me in the Funhouse Friday morning. We've got the UK Connection on Saturday. Simon, Stephen, and myself will be talking about our favorite, least favorite albums from the Ozzy Osbourne solo catalog. And then we've got George LeMay and Eric Porter joining me for an episode of Ranking the Albums. We will be ranking the catalog of Planet X, the great instrumental fusion and metal band starring Derek Sherinian and Virgil Donati, right? So all that and more here on the Mighty Sea of Tranquility. Till later, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning with my next pick from the 70s. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.